भगवते वासुदेवाय नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, Text number 55. एष प्रकृतिसङ्गेन पुरुषस्य विपर्ययः आसीत् स एव न चिरात् ईशसङ्गात् विलीयते एष प्रकृतिसङ्गेन पुरुषस्य विपर्ययः आसीत् स एव न चिरात् ईशसङ्गात् विलीयते एष प्रकृतिसङ्गेन पुरुषस्य विपर्ययः आसीत् स एव न चिरात् ईशसङ्गात् विलीयते एष प्रकृतिसङ्गेन पुरुषस्य विपर्ययः आसीत् स एव न चिरात् ईशसङ्गात् विलीयते प्रकृतिसङ्गेन पुरुषस्य विपर्ययः एषा this prakriti sangena because of association with material nature. Because of association with material nature. Purushasya of the living entity. Viparyayah situation of forgetfulness. Or an awkward position. Asit came to be. Sa that position. Eva indeed. Na not. Chirat taking a long time. Isha Sangat from the association of the Supreme Lord. Vidiyate is vanquished. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Since the living entity is associated with material nature, he is in an awkward position. But if in the human form of life, he is taught how to associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotee, this position can be overcome. Purport. The word Prakriti means material nature and Purusha may also refer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If one wants to continue his association with Prakriti, the female energy of Krishna, and be separated from Krishna by illusion that he is able to enjoy Prakriti, he must continue in his conditional life. If he changes his consciousness, however, and associates with the Supreme, original person, Purusham Shashvatam, or with his devotees, he can get out of the entanglement of material nature. As confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yogitti tatvatah. One must simply understand the Supreme Person Krishna in terms of his form, name, activities, and pastimes. This will keep one always in the association of Krishna. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sojana. Thus, after giving up his gross material body, one accepts not another gross body, but a spiritual body, in which to return home back to Godhead. Thus, one ends the tribulation caused by his association with the material energy. In summary, the living entity is an eternal servant of God, but he comes to the material world and is bound by material conditions because of his desire to lord it over matter. Liberation means giving up this false consciousness and reviving one's original service to the Lord. This return to one's original life is called mukti. As confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, mukti hitva anyatha rupena swarupena vyavastita. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतः पदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामने गौरद्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी भानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नीलाचला निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने नाभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, text number 55. Since the living entity is associated with material nature, he is in an awkward position. But if the human form in the human form of life, he is taught how to associate with the Supreme Person of Godhead or his devotees, this position can be overcome. So this Haribol, Krishna. The living entity's awkward position in the material world is because of the association with this Prakriti, with the desire to enjoy, Lord over. Mm. Bhagavad Gita also this sloka 13.22 that it says that पुरुष प्रकृतिस्थो हि भुंक्ते प्रकृतिजार गुणान कारणम गुण संगस्य सद असद योनि जन्मसु. पुरुष प्रकृतिस्थो हि, when Purusha means living entities. Actually, Purusha Prabha says also may refer to Supreme Person of Godhead, but here it is connected to the Jiva, living entity, who is trying to lord over this material nature. Our nature is to serve Krishna with love. That is the original nature of every living entity. And to also experience love. But Prabhupada says, in a perverted world, this uh, love is transformed into lust. And people think it's love. What goes on in this world in the name of love is lust, Prabhupada said. I like. I like to enjoy this. It's very difficult to detect this consciousness also. Everybody is in this mood of enjoy. And this enjoyment, enjoying spirit, one want to always uh, expand more and more. And you can see how it results into sometimes such cruelty or ugliness when people become very greedy, lusty. That leads to envy also. So that pure consciousness has been transformed into this, or rather contaminated because of the association with Prakriti. Prakriti means the female energy of Krishna. So therefore, uh, it is also said that this male and female combination in this material world also is fall of bondage. The male means one who has this enjoying spirit and is trying to enjoy the female, Prakriti, dominated and dominating. Why in this world one allows to be enjoyed? Well, by force somebody is enjoying someone. But everybody has enjoying spirit. That is there. So in that terms, the female also is addressed as Purusha. Those one who is a dominating nature. Sometimes in a home or in places the woman is dominating more. So she is like a Purusha in that sense. So male or female, both are trying to enjoy. That enjoying spirit. And then other person becomes Prakriti. One becomes Purusha, dominator and dominated. Hmm. But by force, one is dominated. Because one has some desires, material desires or whatever. So he becomes dominated by other person. Like that. Like in offices and companies also. The manager or somebody superiors, they dominate a person. So leaders dominate the subordinates. Why they are allowing domination? Because they get some money out of it. They get some prestige. So this is going on in the material world. Everybody is trying to lord over this material nature. And how they are getting powers in this world is by this matter. Money and the resources, everything they are gathering together. So that dominating power is coming from the material nature. So they are trying to lord over this material nature means that's what they're trying to get more and more material energy with them for their own enjoyment. That's why everybody is thinking, I should have more money, I should have bigger position, I should have more resources, more fame, more followers. This all tendency is desire to lord over material nature. And there is a competition. Everybody is competing for that. So whoever gets a bigger position, then he dominates others. But no one wants that person to be in that position, actually speaking. Sometimes people want because they don't have any other choice and they are trying to get something from the person. Even though that person is causing them nuisance sometimes. He says, even the cow is very thick. She kicks, but then she gives milk. So people tolerate. So they are absorbed, they are attached to their sense again, so they tolerate such so-called their leaders. But in the heart of heart, nobody wants them. So this is going on in this material nature. That's why I said, Esha Prakriti Sangena Purushasya Viparyaya. It's a very awkward position because no one wants some such kind of situation. But because of the flickering pleasures offered by the Maya, uh, Maya always gives them hope. In future, you will get a stable, enjoying position. No, right now you are not getting. Now your enjoyment is only when you get little flickering pleasure of showing your domination to others. Or sometimes you work hard and you get some salary. By seeing that salary in your accounts, you feel happy. Many people are saying this. All the troubles of the whole entire month, when you get that salary in your account, then you feel very happy about it. Or you work very hard and somebody appreciates, gives some claps, then you feel. But for that they have to sometimes work months together, years together, and little bit pleasure. All those times they are anxiety, fear, frustrations, and for little that pleasure comes, and then that stays for a short time. Again, same anxieties, competition, everything goes on in this material world. The living entity's nature is to be constantly be happy. Anandamayobhyasat. Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purna amrita swadanam. That position is gone. Now we are in always anxiety. Anxiety, dissatisfaction, and envy, uh, fearfulness. All these feelings are constantly tormenting a person. Where is question of happiness, satisfaction? So whole endeavors in the material world is to actually mitigate those feelings by some enjoyment or other, uh, get lesser anxiety. Prabhupada said the difference between two miseries is decoded as a happiness. More misery and less misery. So from more miserable situation, when you come reduce your misery, then you feel that I am happy. Hmm. And that also doesn't last long. Again, the miserable situation comes. So what is the problem? Problem is this. Purusha Pakotisthoy. That living entity is trying to enjoy this material nature, which includes one body also. Through this body, one is trying to enjoy different pleasures. Sometimes one thinks, this is my, I will do whatever I want with my body because I am the body. See. Different bodily pleasures also they are trying to enjoy, and they need another person's body or resources around. So they are either trying to make this body very strong so that they can enjoy through sense gratifying through it, or they are making their surroundings stronger to help them the sense gratification. So that is not possible with such consciousness. Anytime a person can be peaceful and happy. The happiness will come naturally from the heart when a person is engaged or is coming to his natural state of existence. What is that natural? Muktir hitva anyatha rupena swarupena vyavasthita. Swarup. Your original constitutional position will come, then all this struggle will stop immediately. One can believe in this material world yet not get affected by this struggle. Sometimes we think, oh, so much struggle is there, so many problems are there. All this struggle can end in 1 second if we come to your natural state of your existence. Just change the consciousness from this enjoying spirit to the service spirit. But false ego doesn't allow it. Why should I be servant? Better I be master, whatever. Even though hell, in Bible there is statement by the Satan. I was telling 2 days back that Satan says, Satan means in Bible there is the Holy Spirit, God and the Satan. Satan means what in our terms is Maya or Satan. What Satan? So Satan says, it is better to reign in the hell than serve in the heaven. Reign means become a king. It's better to rule in the hell than to serve in the heaven. So the service consciousness is not appreciated. Maya says, Are, what is this you are serving? Come here, in this place. You can be a master here. So even in hellish condition, person want to become master. And ultimately, the so-called mastership, one is becoming servant of one's own mind and senses. Even the suffering condition is there, suffering situation is there. But still a person doesn't want to serve. Rather, I want to be master. Because in the hell, master means the hellish people are not going to accept anybody as a master. They will try to exploit that person, whoever is a master. Many of these Kali Yuga leaders, why people make them leaders? Because they allow people to perform sinful activities. And the people, there is competition. The people below are actually utilizing the leaders for their own sense gratification. Leader has to sanction, okay, allowed. Meat eating is allowed, gambling is allowed, illicit sex is allowed, intoxication is allowed. Means what? He has to take 1/6 of the karma responsibility for that, and for which he has to go to hell. In Kali Yuga, people are very fond of becoming leaders, but they are getting heavily pulled by these people's consciousness to sink to the hell, faster. Because of their piety, previous piety, they become leaders. But because of their present situation, they are pulled down to go to the hellish by becoming leaders of the people who are wanting constant sinful sense gratification. That's why previously the kings would be intelligent. They would not become leaders of the people who are not actually uh, eager to make spiritual advancement. The leader's position is to uplift the consciousness of the people to the higher stage. When he uplifts the consciousness of leader, he will also make go up. But he is unable to do that, then they will pull him down. Either thing will happen. Lord Ramchandra also, before accepting position, he checked whether the people are really ready to follow him. Follow him means his Supreme Lord. Or the king who is following his Guru, he would check his citizens are ready to follow him and he is following the Guru. That means they are following Krishna. Then it is worth of becoming a leader. Otherwise, what is the use of becoming leader? Leader means he wants to serve, not to enjoy exploit. Today's politicians or any kind of leaders, their tendency is they want to exploit the people below and fill up their pockets. Both are trying to enjoy each other. Hmm. The enjoying spirit means both are trying to exploit each other. So this exploitation goes on in this material world. And a person thinks, who is expert? Whether I can exploit him more or he can exploit me more. This is going on. Every employer thinks that I will pay as less as salary possible and get as much as work possible from that person. And this person also thinks that as much as less work I will do and get more and more as much as possible income from this person. This is a material world. No one has a voluntary spirit to serve, which is actually our nature. Maya tricks us. Nobody is doing, why should I do it? Let me also exploit. This is how everybody is doing this. Sometimes devotees also think, what is the use of becoming very nice in this world? The whole world is like this. Then you also be like that. Whole world is like this, sinking down. I also sink down. There is no need for us to blame the world. We have decided to be a part of this world. Prakriti Sangena. We are the people who choose the leaders, we are the people who choose this body in one sense. Of course, choice is to some degree is there in our heart, in our side, but it's our choice in one sense. We got this particular situation. Now we can change the spirit or change our consciousness in human form of life, and we can end all the sufferings. Material nature is not going to change. Material nature will be like this only. If you change your consciousness, then one can immediately become liberated. Swarupena Vyavasthita. You situated yourself on the Swarupa. What is that Swarupa? To serve. Jivera Swarupa hai Krishnera Nitya Das. That if you are always in this mood of how I can render service, then you will see actually no problems in this material world. Even in the most difficult situation, devotee is thinking how I can render service to Krishna. Prabhupada said, I don't see problems in this world as a problem. I see simply opportunities to render service. And actually, for a devotee especially is like that. If the devotee is in right consciousness, whatever obstacles are coming in the lives, they are simply opportunities to render service. They are, even if those are because of our own previous sinful activities, whatever it is. If we now want to change, anytime, any moment you decide to change. Change means not to listen to this dictation of illusory energy, Maya. Hear from Guru and Vaishnavas what they are saying and follow that. Simplicity, simple. If we listen to our mind, which is now impure, then we are listening to the Maya. because the Maya is operating in our lives through the mind, through the senses, through this body. Just like in modern times, people give some support to the person, but that support is so that through that support they can actually utilize that person's energy, right? In a company, you are given office, you are given a laptop, or you are given so many facilities there, so that you are observed it what you are doing, right? If you are at home, they don't observe you much. That's why nowadays they are stopping now this work from home. But still, on work from home also they are watching you through the login in your laptops, and they give you work. You know. So they give us facilities so that they can control us. So similarly, Maya has given us this body, and Maya, the full control of this body is with Maya, not with us. We think it's in our control, but who is controlling? Illusory energy is controlling it. When the modes of material nature she changes, passion, you get so many desires. Oh, I want to enjoy. I want to do this. I want to do that. Mode of passion is, pulled by the Maya. So many people are running around. Work, 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 work. So this control is in the hand. Ignorance. Oh, now I am tired. Let me sleep. Hmm. This mode of passion and ignorance, she is operating. Even goodness also. But at least in goodness, a person has better vision and clarity about life. The passion and ignorance person is completely, he thinks that I am having freedom, but what she does is basically she is identifying our consciousness with this material body, and through this body she is controlling us. Illusory energy. That we don't realize also how we are controlled. And this attachment to particular things make us uh, blind, or we are unable to take decisions. Purusha Prakriti Sthoi. That when while enjoying or lauding over this Prakriti, one becomes attached to it, because Prakriti gives him sense gratification. Just like female and male, they become attached to each other because both of them get enjoyment from each other. Pumsa striye mithuni bhavametam. This attachment is very strong, more than any sense gratification by anybody in this world. This attachment is very strong. This Purusha Prakriti or the Pumsa striye mithuni bhavametam, and that forms a very strong knot. And from there starts everything, this whole material world. With the enjoying spirit, when the male and female come together, from there when they actually unite, and then the knot is formed. Mithuni Bhava. Mithuni Bhava means this enjoying spirit, sense gratification, sex desire. And then they come together, and then that forms a knot. Tayo Hruday Granthi Mahur. And from there starts the desire for Atha Griha Kshetra. They need a house, they need a land, or they need resources for income more. And they always keep on competing with others. That's why this desire for having more and more. They want to expand their material life by Griha, Kshetra, Sutta, Apta, Vitta, and then these are all mine. Aham Mameti. Janasya Mohoyam Aham Mameti. I am this body and all these things belong to me. And everybody is working on this world like that. And he's appreciated. Oh, he has such a big house, he has such a big car, he has such a big things, big job, big money. But what is, from the spiritual point of view, the living entity has nothing to do with all these things. Because one is caught into this business, one has forgotten his own spiritual nature. Has to be always happy. Happy in serving Krishna. That lauding over enjoying spirit completely eclipses our original nature. Therefore, Krishna consciousness is in one sense very simple but very tough, because those who have strong enjoying spirit and false ego and um, lording or tendency, controlling others, it is very difficult to accept Krishna consciousness. Hmm. Because that is also intoxication. To leave that intoxication and come and serve humbly is very difficult. And as soon as somehow somebody accepts this in the heart and surrenders service, comes in contact with the Lord, with the service spirit. And what you need for serving Krishna, you don't need anything. You just need a desire. If you want to serve in a big companies or a big Google and whatever is, I don't know what all other companies nowadays. Uh, so you need big qualifications for that. You work very hard to make the qualifications and you go and please give me job. And then also they are not happy with. Often times you have to work very hard. First you get a qualification, you have to work hard. And after going to the office also you have to work hard competing. For serving Krishna, you don't need anything. No qualifications are required. Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. If you don't have anything, you can just offer these things also. Want to get any positions, IAS officer suppose, you have to serve politicians. All these IAS officers are mostly serving politicians. They think that I am having big position, but I have talked to many people. They say that we are just serving the politicians. Whatever they say, how to do, execute. You get some your freedom for other fields, but not against their will. They will make the laws and we have to execute the laws. It has been spoken by many people who have worked and got fried out there. But it is a prestigious position. You get a Lal Batti or whatever it is. People say, oh, he's going. So prestigious. And so many people are working on. Lakhs of people are appearing for these exams. Out of that, only 100 people are selected to become IAS. Everybody thinks that I will be the person. And how many people are? 100 people. Yeah. And they start getting the frustrations. So many go for interviews also. Not everybody gets selected. 2,000-3,000 people are called for interviews. But out of lakhs of people, Manushanam Sahasreshu Kaschidetati Siddhe. Thousands of people, who will become that fortunate soul who will be selected? Kaschidetati Siddhe. Some thousands are selected from there. And among such thousands, only one is selected. How much endeavors they make for that. But Krishna is saying that you don't have to endeavor so much. Just change the consciousness. That's why he says, he's giving the statistics. That among the thousands, only few endeavor. Even though you don't need any material qualifications. Anybody can do that. And it's not Krishna says, I have only 100 seats. I have unlimited seats here. Anybody can come to spiritual world. But he is giving statistics that not everybody will be so intelligent. They are so foolish. They will be working hard for that 100 seats. But here they will think it is useless. What this chanting Hare Krishna will do. There they don't have faith. And after reading Gita, sometimes people think also, oh, it is so difficult for practicing Krishna consciousness, then why to practice Krishna consciousness? Krishna has already made that among thousands of people, only one will be. And maybe I am not that person. But then they will be working for IAS. I will be that person. Such exams. So much hard work. Here Krishna is saying you don't need any qualification. We have so many seats. Anybody can come. Even whole world comes, everybody can go back to order. What you need is simply a desire. Sincere desire. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to South India Yatra. It is said that at that time he was distributing this love of God freely. Anybody is willing to do it, take it. At that time, even no rules and regulations to be followed. Just accept it. Now we have this whole nectar of instruction, nectar of devotion, rules and regulations we follow and everything. At that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not considering anything of such things. Just somebody is really chanting with him, immediately was getting love of Godhead. But unfortunately, people are not wanting it. All these procedures are there, rules and regulations, because a person doesn't take it seriously. Therefore, these all rules and regulations are there to protect our consciousness from becoming familiar and disrespecting the Lord. Otherwise, one who has naturally awakened his consciousness is free. You don't need to follow any kinds of rules and regulations if one that love is awakened in the heart. But because the conditioned soul is so complicated, he may imagine it. Oh, now I have become a devotee of the Lord, pure devotee of the Lord. All these complications are there in his consciousness. Therefore, rules and regulations are there to check our own advancement. But we need to understand at the same time, the mercy of the Lord is so powerful. In one moment, also, a person can be delivered. If one is very simple at heart. So, uh, just he was embracing and giving them love of God. He has mentioned is that somehow or other, in human form of life, he is taught how to associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Or he is devotee. He can overcome that position immediately. Otherwise, it will take millions of lifetimes also. If one is not fortunate enough to accept this mercy, then one goes on struggling in this material world. And mind and senses are so powerful. Once one is tricked by them, he just gets toss and toss and toss. And once one loses the desire to serve Krishna and practice devotional service, then the whole illusory energy just captures. Nikatastha maya tare japati adari. And then person goes and goes into this world. How many people are in this world who are interested in Krishna consciousness? How many lifetimes we have spent earlier, we also don't know. It's great fortune that we have got this now opportunity. And there also you'll find how many challenges are there. How much we are to struggle with the people around us, struggle with the situation, struggle with our mind and senses. But as soon as fortunate soul, Bhagyavan Jeev, Kona Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasad Paye Bhakti Lata Bij. If one is able to accept the mercy, giving up this false ego, such false egos we are. Even after coming to spiritual life, I am so special. Actually, if one becomes humble, I am Ainanda Tanuja Kingaram, Patita Ma Mishame Bhavam Buddhu. I am fallen into this material world. My dear Lord, please kindly help me. And the whole thing becomes very simple. Otherwise, it's very complicated. Everywhere this Kaliya hood of false ego comes up. It's very difficult to accept the humble position. Krishna immediately empowers such a devotee who has really accepted his humility genuinely. One can be immediately pulled out of this material nature. Humility means to accept Krishna's instructions or his representative's instructions. Understanding that I don't know anything. That is real intelligence. Real intelligence means to accept Krishna's instructions. Krishna's mercy is there, available. Especially in Kali Yuga, this situation is available. But we should be able to digest the mercy also. Mercy, digestion. It's available. We should be able to accept and digest it. Digestion, you may get it so much mercy, but we either don't digest it. Sometimes we are given so many opportunities to serve that we become proud. That means we are not digested the mercy. We think I am so great special. Because real Krishna consciousness means you feel grateful for everything. And your attachment to Krishna increases more and more. It's my great fortune that Krishna has given me this opportunity to render service. So mercy means we understand we are not qualified for it. If you think you are qualified, then what is the mercy? No more mercy remains. You think I have received it by my own strength. And that's why this consciousness Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that I am fallen. Please kindly, my dear Lord, raise me. And when Krishna raises you to the higher platform, then you become proud. That is the unfortunate thing. We don't see as a mercy. That's why this false ego, false pride, and enjoying spirit, we are unable to receive the mercy. We are able to see the things as they are, then the whole thing becomes very wonderful experience. Krishna consciousness, that struggle also what we are undergoing in our lives is because of this mind and senses and false ego. Of course, we have to accept that struggle, but at least there should be struggle. There also, if we become proud, then there will be another struggle. Isha Sangat Viliyate. If somehow other remain in contact with Krishna in true sense, then one is can end this material existence immediately. That is real mukti. Mukti means not, Prabhupada said, you just get more hands and more legs. Mukti means is a consciousness which is absorbed in lording over, you take it out and absorb in Krishna, serving Krishna. This consciousness, whole material nature binds you strongly. And you yourself are bound with material desires more and more. Ashesha kamana rudhima jemana. And liberated consciousness means you don't have any material desires. You are free. Your desire is only how I can serve Krishna. And with that, how I can serve Krishna, you can see so many opportunities to render service. So much. Nobody can stop a person, such a person who has developed service spirit. If one thing is not working, he will go for other things. I will serve. His determination is there. Etam cha asthaya paratmadishtham. Even if there are so many obstacles, I will not stop serving Krishna. Otherwise, Maya will say, oh, this is the reason, therefore you should not serve. This is the reason. This devotee is lazy, that is happening lazy. Why should I serve? He has defeated us. Others are serving or not serving, how does it matter for me to serve? Etam cha asthaya paratmanishtham. Those who have developed that strong determination, in spite of whatever difficulties come in their lives, aham tarishyami duranta param. I will cross over this material nature. How? By the serving Krishna. He says, Nisheva eva. Gato mukundam nayare. What is that? I am confident because previous acharyas have done it. Purvatamayar Maharshivi. Great souls have done it. Aham tarishyami duranta param. Gato mukundam. Tamo mukundangri nisheva. Tamo. I will cross over this nations, the darkness, this material nature, by taking shelter of the Mukunda's lotus feet by serving him. Tamo mukundangri nisheva eva. By serving his lotus feet. Mukunda means one who gives liberation. So this is a determination of a devotee. Mahaprabhu was singing this shloka again and again after his sannyas. He was feeling as a devotee is liberated from this world. Etam cha asthaya paratmanishtham. That such a person, he is actually sannyas mantra in our line. Mahaprabhu took sannyas with this mantra. That I will cross over. Aham tarishyami. He was constantly chanting, Aham tarishyami, Aham tarishyami. I will cross over this material nature. How? By service. Tamo mukundandri nisheva. Not by enjoying spirit. Enjoying spirit means sinking down. But real service spirit is developed. You will feel liberated. जीव कृष्णदास यही विश्वास करले और दुख नहीं. जीवेर स्वरूप है कृष्णेर नित्य दास. So this is something. मुक्ति रीत्वा अन्यथा रूपेण स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थिता. स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थिता. That is mukti. You are situated in your real swarupa. And what is the real swarupa of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? जीवेर स्वरूप है कृष्णेर नित्य दास. गोपी भर्तुर पद कमलेवर दास दास अनुदास. Service. And the whole material nature is they want to make you a boss and boss. Whole advertisement is there. कौन बनेगा करोड़पति, कौन बनेगा this, कौन बनेगा that. There's simply nobody talks about who will become servant. Even this, they say it, Indian civil services, IAS, what do you call this? Huh? But nobody is in service consciousness. Everybody want to lord over, get position, get powers. But original this service consciousness is awakened. So similarly, in our Krishna consciousness also, why a problem comes? Because of this lording tendency. Fights among devotees is because of this lording tendency only. So consciousness to serve is awakened. There is Vaikuntha. There is no question of any conflicts in such a situation. Vaikuntha consciousness is you just want to serve. And you don't have any desire to lord or control. If it's required to serve, you accept it with humility. You are not attached to it. Devotee can accept any position as a Brahma's position also to serve. But he is detached from it. There is no attachment. Because there is a mood of service. Krishna wants me, yes, I will hold on. Krishna doesn't want me, some other things. Not out of frustration you are living. You can hold on, still you are not attached. Sometimes devotees out of frustration they want to quit because there's so much troubles. That is called mukti vancha. You want to be liberated from that service. No, Bharat Maharaj left everything not because he was frustrated. He understood that now my time is over. I need not be there. So he was inspired by Krishna. He left everything immediately. Yudhishthira Maharaj also left like that. Parishad Maharaj also. So they were all holding on big positions, but they were not attached to those things. They were attached to serving Krishna. So therefore, unless one is very qualified, the whole big position in this material world is very entangling. Everybody in this material world nowadays especially want to have big positions hold. Previously, before holding such position, they were sent in Gurukul 25 years with the mood of servant. Vasandante Guru Hitam. Brahmachari Guru Kile Vasandanto Guru. Dasavan Nichat. Dasavan Acharan Dasavan Nichat. They were actually taught to become servant. Humble servant for 20 years. Even if you are son of a king. And they would enjoy that position. They were so happy. Krishna Sudama were so happy to serve like that in Gurukul. They don't want anything else. They just serve. And then they are put in a king's position. They are not that hankering for that kingly positions. When will I get that? Not that kind of. The whole education system what we have is right from the KG only they are hankering. I will become this. I will become that. Not such hankering. Mood of service, seva. And whoever is qualified by his whatever his abilities, that is not qualification. Qualification is actually this mood service. That was considered qualifications. Skills and talents, his material talents was not the criteria. Krishna is not impressed by all these things. Krishna can give you qualification immediately to become Brahma also. In spot. He can empower you, such brain, such everything, and he can award it. But whether we can hold it that position as a servant, it will be destroyed. That's why sometimes you can see that sometimes somebody has become a big position and he falls from that position. Mm. Indra can become a hawk sometimes, Indra can become a snake sometimes. If one is not qualified to hold that position, he will commit big mistakes or offenses and then glide down. So, if one understands this mood of service, in every situation one can be so joyful. Mm. If that consciousness is this is little real liberation. Vaikuntha, everybody is joyful, happy. Whether one is bird or one is animal or one is gopi or gopa, whatever is, there is no difference. Everybody is in mood of service. No one thinks, oh, why am I this bird? They have same consciousness like gopas. If they want, they can become gopas. But nobody wants. Everybody is joyful. That is kingdom of God, spiritual world. But here, nobody is happy. Everybody's attachment is there, want to hold on, but at the same time they want to get big positions. They are attached to the current position, but they are not satisfied. They want to hold big positions, get bigger positions. They are neither want to leave this position, nor they want to leave that hankering. Suffering is there. This position is suffering. He thinks, if I get that position, I will not suffer. That is material world. So that's why they want to be something, and the whole material nature is called bhava. Bhava means become something. Bhavasagar. That everybody is trying to be something else, and therefore we are changing the bodies constantly. Ant is rat is wanting to become cat because he has fear of cat. Cat wants to become dog, and dog wants to become tiger, and tiger wants to become again something else. That's how they keep on changing the bodies. And Maya is very expert. She keeps on rotating, living in this. No, this is not good. Why don't you try this? Not good. Try this. Try this. And again you come back to the same body after some time. It works like that. Either because of the frustrations or fear. If one is meditating on some particular form, then he gets that form. It's like a rat, he is fearful of cat, so he is likely to become cat because of fear aspect. So here, because of the fear or desire, one is changing the bodies. And the cat wants to become dog because dog is chasing the cat. And dog is chased by the tiger, he wants to become tiger. And tiger is harassed by some birds. Sometimes there are some birds in the forest which makes such sounds that everybody understands tiger is around. Their birds are loud, make a loud sound, and those birds sometimes travel with tiger. In one movie in my childhood, I saw that they were showing that bird. It makes a sound, something like "go away." The sound of that bird is like this. They were showing it, "Go away." Everybody goes away. It sounds like something like that, go away. In that movie, children movie it was, they were showing that. So, whenever there is a tiger, or even the hunter comes, sometimes the bird makes sound and everybody runs away from that place. So then tiger sometimes gets frustrated with that birds. He cannot eat. Sometimes tiger doesn't get food for a week together also. It happens. Because everybody is running away from tiger. Na? And if he dies out of hunger, then naturally he's going to think about that bird. Because of him, I died. Just like Bharat Maharaj was thinking about deer, the tiger thinks about the bird. And the tiger is going to become bird. So that's how the bodies get transformed, changed. Consciousness. The rat becomes cat, cat becomes dog, dog becomes this, and tiger becomes again bird, and bird will become again the rat. Goes on. Otherwise, why the tiger will want to become bird? Because of this meditation, any form now Nowadays, people are enjoying like cats and dogs, Prabhupada said. They want to enjoy unrestrictedly, eat anything like hogs, or have the any kinds of enjoyment like cats and dogs. So then they are likely to become cats and dogs in next life. Those development of such desires. So either because of desires, you get a better facility there in the dog's body. Now they are having the uh, protest against this. Why this live-in culture is considered bad? We should be given freedom. But freedom is already there in the animal kingdom. Even but human life is not meant for such a free mixing. It is a life of responsibility. So there is a standard procedure of marriage and everything is there. This live-in culture is not advancement of consciousness, degradation of consciousness. It's available in the animal species very clearly. Right? Dogs and cats, they don't have any such restrictions. But because this consciousness, the enjoying spirit increases so much, then they naturally, from human birth, the consciousness goes down. And they think it's advancement, but actually it is not advancement, it is degradation of consciousness. Because such facilities are already there in the lower species. So material nature says, why you are protesting here? You better go and become there. There is no need of free. You don't have to become so much struggle also there. So they don't know what is advancement of consciousness. Advancement of consciousness means one has a complete pure desire, no more lust, no more greed, no more envy, no more pride, no more anger. All these things is real advancement of consciousness. To develop love for Krishna, service attitude. If one is able to see this as advancement, then he will be able to actually seriously take Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, if you see advancement means to get big degrees and big jobs and earn more and more profit and have big house and big things in this material world, and one is hardly concerned about what is happening in the heart, then it's degradation of consciousness. In Vedic cultures, people were. That's why the people who are seriously working about this were the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. They would not struggle much for economic development. They would just be absorbed in studying scriptures and practicing their sadhana and rendering selfless service to the society. Not for getting salaries also, but to depends on the donations or the charity. And they would need very little in their lives. And they were very much respected by everybody, understanding that this is what is the real life is. Nowadays, they think that these are parasites, not doing anything, and they are just enjoying our money. This is Kali Yuga people. They don't understand the value of the Vaishnavas, those who are actually marching towards Vaikuntha, going back to the spiritual world. These people think this is useless. What is this Hare Krishna will do? Work hard. What is the use of reading Bhagavad Gita? Better you have football play. Or you have, what is the use of worshipping Tulsi? Better you have brinjal, eggplant. This kind of coinage will be very famous in Kali Yuga. Somebody can speak like this, he will become very famous. When somebody speaks no meeting, no gambling, no illicit, no intoxications, then this will not be very popular in Kali Yuga. Of course, if people, everybody has that nature. If that is awakened somehow or other, all these misconceptions will be removed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave that love instantly to the people. And all those misconceptions will be finished. If that loving, nature is awakened in our heart. And this is we need to associate with the Lord as much as possible. Deities, devotees. Devotees means they are absorbing Krishna consciousness. Tulasi Maharani, chanting holy name of the Lord, hearing Krishna Katha, taking only prasad. These are all associations. Krishna's name is the most available everywhere. Some places you may not be available, prasad may not be available immediately, tulsi maharani may not be available, or the deity may not be available, but holy name in every situation is available. That's why the best way to associate with Krishna is always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told everybody, you don't have to change your situation in South India, he told. Continue what you are doing, but you chant constantly, he said. Krishna's name. Chant always Krishna's name and teach others also. जारे देख तारे कहे कृष्ण उपदेश अमाराज्ञ गुरु है तारे देश. In your home, in your job, whatever you are doing, change your attitude, change your consciousness by chanting the holy name of the Lord and by hearing Krishna Katha always. Many times people say, oh, it's very tough, business, jobs. But actually we should do according to our capacity, whatever we have. And balance rest other times with our spiritual practices. We don't have to waste time with the materialistic people in this world. Whatever is required for your job, that much you do sincerely. And rest other times save for Krishna. Why we have to do entertainment materialistic people? Associating with them in their loose talks, prajalpa, and going with them for enjoying. You can avoid all those things. What is required for us to maintain this body or family, that much you can do. But our time goes away to satisfy the materialistic people. Their association is very deadly. Association means we are trying to enjoy with them. Working is not the association. If you are just working with them, just official things or doing some business work, that is not us. But moment you think about enjoying with them by eating together, by gifting, by speaking things of your heart to them, hearing from them, then that leads to association. That should happen with devotees and Lord. We should disclose our Lord to the devotee, our heart to the devotee and the Lord. If you disclose your heart to the materialistic people, they will pollute it by their non-Krishna conscious talks. That's why Guhyamakyati Pruchyati principle. Hearing the confidential talks and speaking one's confidential mind. All these 6 living exchanges should not be done with materialistic people. And they should be done with the devotees from the heart. Then one can end this awkward position. Otherwise, Maya means she will always keep on pointing out the solutions of the problems of this world as another material activity. Solution is not another material activity. Solution is Krishna consciousness. That if somebody understands this, there are unlimited problems a person may have in this material world around him. All those problems can be immediately solved if one becomes Krishna conscious. And Maya will every time will give alternative solutions than Krishna consciousness. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said that only one problem in this material world is lack of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise there is no problem. And because of this lack of Krishna consciousness, all other problems have arisen. That people don't see. And only one solution is there, he said, is to become Krishna conscious. Okay, somebody may say lack of Krishna consciousness problem, but there are so many solutions. No. All these solutions will not work. It may work for some time, stopgap solutions. But again the problems are going to continue. So the real solution is Krishna consciousness. He said this. Only one problem in this material world is lack of Krishna consciousness. And only one solution is there. That become Krishna conscious. If people become Krishna conscious, every level's problems will be addressed. At all levels. But that faith one should get. Krishna Bhakti kaile sarva karma kruta hoy. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Comments? Huh? Huh? Direct? Direct means where you are directly seeing Krishna. You are serving the deities, you are making the garlands. And indirect means which is like somebody is working in a company and getting some money and utilizing that money in Krishna's service. There is no difference between direct and indirect. Every service can become service to Krishna, but we are not able to see that service as a Krishna service because of the like everything we are getting in this material world is coming from Krishna. Because of so many things, intermediate agents, we are not able to see that is coming from Krishna. So similarly, indirect service means it is not directly serving Krishna. You are doing something else, and through that you are trying to serve Krishna. That is also can be absolute. If it is done with nice consciousness, like sometimes a person is working as a labor to construct some building. So once there were three labors. One person went and asked, "What you are doing?" Uh, ईटा लगा रहा हूँ, ईटा कैरी करके ईटा इधर एक। दूसरे का बोला, क्या कर रहे हो? अरे इधर बिल्डिंग बन रहा है, एक बिल्डिंग बना रहा हूँ। थर्ड पर्सन सेड, आई एम सर्विंग गॉड। He said, how? He said, this is a temple of the Lord going to get constructed. It's getting constructed. And I can get somewhere else also job, but I thought of coming here. Although I may get less salary, still I am ready to work here because it is going to be temple of the Lord, and I am so fortunate that I am getting opportunity to enter service here. Even though I need some income, I am getting, but more important is I am serving Krishna. So this person is able to see that it is Krishna's service. Other people are just they are not able to see it. So we have to see that whether direct or indirect service, whether I am able to see it is done for Krishna. So in direct service, there is a possibility that you can see Krishna. In indirect service, it's difficult to see Krishna. So therefore Krishna says that if you are, first he says, you just offer your mind and your intelligence to me. Mayi eva mana adastvam mayi buddhi niveshaya. The 12th chapter beginning he says that. You cannot do that, then he says, okay, follow regulations, regulative principles. You cannot do that, then he said, offer your all fruits of your actions. If somebody is not able to do completely full-time service to Krishna, then Krishna says, you do this. You can't do that, then he says, okay, offer your results to me, fruits of your actions. Like that he gives different things. So indirect service is that where you are trying to serve Krishna, which is not having apparently direct connection. But when it is correction is clearly established, then it is direct service to Krishna. Direct service to Krishna means actually in that one sense what Krishna wants you to do. Like Arjuna fight, that becomes a direct service. And Krishna says, if you cannot do that, then you work somewhere, anywhere you want to serve. Give the fruits of that actions to me. That means you are serving in a company or in the doing business. That is not done for Krishna directly. If somebody is serving directly Krishna, like Arjuna is directly fighting for Krishna. Somebody is working for some other master in this world. But he thinks that I have to work, I have to get salary. But these fruits of actions I will give to Krishna. Then what happens by that consciousness, slowly, you get connected to Krishna more by giving the fruits of actions. So then one is able to see Krishna's presence by serving Krishna in this way. Otherwise, if we just enjoy the fruits of actions yourself, then how will you see Krishna? Therefore Krishna says that you give some fruits, offer it. That's why Srila Prabhupada often say that devotees should donate. That donations will make us to slowly feel that how I am connected to Krishna's liberation from this material world. Attachment or the bondage comes by enjoying all the fruits of action oneself. In Gita, many places. Sannyasi means he is not attached to the enjoying the fruits of his actions. Anashrita कर्म फलम कार्य कर्म करोचि यह सस सन्यासी योगी च अनाश्रित कर्म फलम कर्म फल means fruits of actions anashrita he doesn't take shelter of those fruits that means all his actions are done for Krishna's pleasure. Either you offer all the fruits to Krishna, then it becomes service to Krishna directly, or you can give the some fruits to Krishna so that you can establish uh, either you can serve directly to Krishna or you can give the fruits of the actions to Krishna, like that. Many places Krishna says that yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjoshi drasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushu mad arpanam. You offer it to me. Whatever activities you do, whatever you eat, whatever tapasya you do. So some activities can be seen directly. Somebody is working on computer, publishing books. It's indirect service in one sense. And something can be direct, and something can be little direct, and something can be very very direct, indirect. So we have to see in our situations whatever we are. Our devotee desire is that we want to serve directly to Krishna. Okay, directly to Krishna means serving Krishna's devotees, servant of the servant. So in the indirect service, we are also rendering service to the servants of Maya. Then we are getting fruits that we are offering to Krishna. But actually speaking, a devotee who understands more by advancement that I am not serving anybody in this world, I am serving Krishna. Even though I am working in the job in the company, still a devotee can cultivate this consciousness that I am a servant of Krishna by becoming a devotee. Nice devotee. Because of various situations I am put in a particular situation, I have to serve this particular situation. But how I can render service to Krishna? Prabhupada says there are many devotees in our Krishna consciousness movement. They are working in the factories and offices, but whatever they are getting, they are thinking how I can utilize in Krishna's service. In Bhagavata, in purport, Prabhupada says that. And Prabhupada says all these people who are thinking like this are actually sannyasis. Right? Once I was reading this. So whatever is direct, indirect, yes, some places is very difficult to see how I am serving Krishna. Okay. Any other questions? I'm not able to get exactly, but some places Prabhupada says that. Here, 18.11 shloka. It says, indeed, it is indeed impossible for an embodied soul being to give up all activities, but he who renounces the fruits of action is called one who is truly renounced. It is said in Bhagavad Gita that one can never give up work at any time. Therefore, he who works for Krishna and does not enjoy the fruitive results who offers everything to Krishna is actually a renouncer. There are many members of International Society for Krishna Consciousness who work very hard in their office or in their factory or in some other place, and whatever they earn, they give it to the society. Such highly elevated souls are actually sannyasis and are situated in renounced order of life. It is clearly outlined here how to renounce the fruits of work and for what purpose fruits should be renounced. Now, working in a factory is one sense indirect service, how it is service to Krishna directly. But because he is renouncing the fruits for Krishna, then it is actually as good as the direct service. So, you should be able to see that I am serving Krishna, honestly. Sometimes people think ना सब कुछ तो भगवान का ही अल्टीमेटली, मेरा फैमिली चला रहा हो, मेरा बिजनेस कर रहा हूँ, ये तो भी कृष्ण का ही सब कुछ, कृष्ण ही बोल रहे इसलिए मैं कर रहा हूँ, कृष्ण बोल रहे सारा फ्रूट्स दे दो मुझे, नहीं दे नहीं, वो नहीं देंगे. That's why Krishna is making clear, are you working for me, give the fruits to me then. Imagination people can do so many things, मैं तो कृष्ण का ही सेवा कर रहा हूँ. When it comes to the practical, that's why spiritual life, is very practical things also. So actually, renunciation of fruits means one feels that uh, understanding is also that everything I am taking from Krishna in this world, including my body is Krishna's property, sunlight, moonlight, food, everything is there. Then it's Krishna's. The result of my actions also is belonging to Krishna. So therefore, I need to give to Krishna back. Just like cashier in the bank, he is collecting crores of rupees, but he understands that whole money is bank's money only. It's not mine. And then you give to the bank, then bank gives him salary like that. So similarly, you offer it to Krishna, and Krishna gives you prasad. Then we accept that. That's how it works. Because you are working in the big organization of Krishna, everything is in this world is organized by Krishna. Breathing air, drinking water, food, sunlight, moonlight, our body, bodily elements, everything is. So therefore Krishna is asking that you offer it to me. It's not yours. Just like cashier cannot say, my 1 crore rupees somebody deposited, it's mine. Right? Although given in his hand. So that requires intelligence to understand this. So to the degree person is able to see that Krishna's arrangements everywhere, he is liberated. Otherwise we are in bondage. Maya means not to see things in relationship with Krishna. That is called Maya. So those who are very, very advanced, liberated souls, they are liberated. Why? Because they see everything in connection with Krishna. And they are always serving Krishna. That is a mukta. Mukta means ihayasya harer desya karmana manasagira nikilashvapa avasteshu jivan muktasya uchyate. They are situated in any position in this world. Ihayasya harer dasya, but they are in consciousness, I am a servant of Lord Hari. Nikilashvapa avasteshu. Avastha means any avastha, any situation they are put in. They are simply serving Krishna. Not imagining, they are actually serving Krishna. Either they are directly serving Krishna or they are offering results to Krishna if they don't have opportunity to serve directly. Nikhilashvapi avasteshi, with their body, with their mind and with their words. Everything they are doing Krishna's service as servant. Ihayasya harer dasya karmana manasagira nikilashvapi avastheshu jivan muktasya uchyate. So in our lives we are not able to see sometimes indirect service to Krishna, how it is connected to Krishna. Therefore we are advised to do direct services also to Krishna, where you feel connection to Krishna more. When you see the Krishna, when you all do all these things. But those who are very, very advanced, they always can see everything connected to Krishna. And therefore, they don't want to waste their time in anything which is not connected to Krishna, or rather which is not directly connected in serving Krishna. Everything is connected to Krishna, but there is no opportunity to serve Krishna. They don't want to waste their time. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Anybody has there? Oh, this is YouTube, na?